Hello, my name is Lesedi Jacobs, and I'm with the tennis team at the University of Kentucky. So I'm actually a graduate student, and I'm in the Masters of Science in Finance program. So I'm from Windhoek, Namibia, which is in the southern part of Africa. So I'm a far away from home, but I'm very privileged and happy to be here. My favorite book growing up was actually Goldilocks and the Three Bears. I loved that book. Um, but today I'm very honored to read this book for you, and I hope you enjoyed. And it's called "If I Ran for President," from a young boy or girl that narrated this book. So I will start off by telling you what it means to be running for president. It's fun to imagine running for the highest office in the land and maybe becoming the president of the United States of America. After all, the president is famous, makes lots of important decisions, and lives in a really cool mansion. There are lots of rules written in our Constitution about who can be president. A person must be 35 years old, so a kid really couldn't be president. Also, a person running for president must be a citizen who was born in the United States and has lived here for at least 14 years. But that's it. You can be president if you're a man or a woman. You can be president whether your were born in the United States or anywhere else in the world. When citizens vote in November every 4 years, they are not voting directly for president and vice president, even though they mark their candidate's name on the ballot. They are voting for a group of people from their state called electors. In December, the electors cast their state's official votes, called electoral votes, for president and vice president. The formal announcement of the winners is not until January, but usually it's clear on election night in November who has won. Each elector votes for the candidates who won the people's vote, called the popular vote, in his or her state. Each state has a set number of electors equal to the number of its senators and representatives in Congress. Altogether, there are 538 electors, including 3 for Washington, D.C., although it is not a state. When a candidate has received 270 electoral votes, he or she has won the presidential or vice presidential election. This complicated system, which we call the Electoral College, is outlined in the Constitution. Running for president is surely an exhausting but exciting time for candidates. And who knows, perhaps someday you will toss your hat in the ring to run for president of the United States. So here are some children having a discussion, and this is what they say. It'd be great to run for president of the United States. If I ran for president, I would hope the people of the United States would choose me for a very important job, the job of leading our country. And I would hope to follow in the footsteps of past presidents such as George Washington, our first president, Thomas Jefferson, Theodore Roosevelt, and Abraham Lincoln. And as you can see, they're having a discussion, and those are the faces of the past presidents. I would have to think carefully about my decision to run for president. I would want to know how my family felt about it too. Then I'd ask myself, am I the best person for the job? Am I ready to work very, very hard for my country? Do lots of people believe in me? And will they help me run for office? This is the young boy having all of these thoughts and questioning, will he be the best fit? If I could answer yes to all those questions, then I'll declare my candidacy. That means I would announce I was interested in the job of President of the United States. This is him declaring that he will become a candidate for the election. If I ran for president, I'd run a campaign to let voters learn all about me. People who thought I would be a good president would donate money or time to help. I would hire people to work on my campaign too. So this is him during his campaign with people who believe in him too. Campaigns can make a candidate famous. Soon my name and face would appear on signs, buttons, bumper stickers, and t-shirts, and I'll even star in television commercials. So this is him on television, t-shirts, bumper stick on cars, stickers, buttons. So if you want to be president one day, you'll be famous. If I ran for president, I would work with my political party. That's a group of people who share the same beliefs about how the country should be governed. They support candidates who uphold those ideas. The two major parties are the Democratic Party, their symbol is a donkey, and the Republican Party, and their symbol is an elephant. There are other parties too called third parties. But people besides me would want to be president. The Republican and the Democratic parties must choose whom they'll support in the election. In some states like Iowa, the parties each hold meetings called caucuses, where members pick their favorite candidate. In most states, party members hold an election called a primary. Caucuses and primaries show how candidates are popular with voters and who might have the best chance of being elected president. The first primary is held in New Hampshire in the winter before the presidential election. I'd be sure to visit there, but I'd have to bundle up. And this is obviously just her bundling up and just going out and meeting people. In New Hampshire, it's definitely very cold there. In the summer before the election, the political parties announce their candidate for president. The major parties make this announcement at meetings called conventions. Each state sends delegates to the convention. Delegates vote for the candidate who was most popular in their state. A convention looks like a big celebration full of cheering and chanting, balloons, and confetti. Millions of Americans watch the excitement on TV. By the time of the convention, everyone usually knows which candidate will be chosen, but the delegates still hold a vote. This is just like how the convention is. It's filled, it's exciting, and everybody watches it. If my party chose me to run for president, I would make a speech to get everyone excited about helping me win. I'll tell the American people about my platform, my plans and ideas for our country. My running mate would make a speech too. That's the person who will be my vice president if I become president. So as you can see, you'll be right in front of everyone and everybody will be watching you. It's a great experience. If I ran for president, I'd be invited to debate with other presidential candidates. A person called a moderator would ask us questions. People across the country would listen carefully to our answers. So here is the debate. So that'll be most you if you want to be a president in the future, the moderator, and everybody will be watching you guys carefully on TV. Across the world. Reporters would ask me questions too about my life, my family, even my kitten Sassy. So they initially want to get to know who you are inside and out before. They'd print old photographs of me in newspapers and magazines, like the snapshot of me in my superhero costume or my baby picture when I still wore diapers. So as you can see, there was just a picture of him and then the costume. Initially, that people want to know everything about you. If I ran for president, I would travel the country to meet lots of people. I'd have my own campaign bus or airplane to take me from place to place. Inside, there'd be comfy seats, perfect for checking out the news, writing speeches, and thinking about how to solve the nation's problems. I'll take naps too. I'll need the extra rest. So as you can see, she'll be working, reading the news, writing speeches, but then also getting some rest and on the bus. I'd work hard and be very busy. All in one week, I might share cereal with kindergarteners in California, crunch corn with farmers in Kansas. As you can see, she will be talking to kindergarteners and be up in Kansas helping out. And have dinner in Delaware where I'd order the blue plate special with apple pie and a large strawberry milkshake. After all that food, I might not feel too well. Still, I'd have to smile and talk with the people that I met. Presidential candidates make lots of speeches, shake hands, and cuddle babies. As you can see, that's her cuddling babies and thinking all the food that she had, maybe not feeling well. Finally, in November, election day would arrive. If I ran for president, I'd be nervous and excited. On election day, millions of voters across the country go to their polling places to cast their ballots. That's another way of saying they vote. So this is just him waking up nervous on the day of election day. And these are all the states where the U.S. citizens cast their votes. In our country, people vote in private. No one but you knows how you voted. But I know I'll choose my favorite candidate, me. So as you can see, there'll be voting stations and everybody stands in line to make their vote to go. And yeah, there you can see the process. Once the voting is finished, officials count up the ballots. Then comes the announcement on television, radio, in the newspapers, and on the internet. People everywhere find out who will be the next president of the United States. I'll stay up late and keep my fingers crossed. So look at him with his fingers crossed, just anxiously waiting for the news with his parents and just watching it all and waiting. If I ran for president and lost, the people who worked so hard on my campaign would be disappointed. I'd be disappointed too. Still, I'd be proud that I had taken part in a free and fair election. I'd make a telephone call to offer my best wishes and my support to the winner, our next president. So this is if she lost, she'll just call up the winner and show her support. But if I won, wow. So if she won, it'll be a different experience because she will be celebrating and she's very happy, excited. But if I won, and what would I do when I become president? Well, that's another story. So here, after she won, she's in the office, the big mansion, finally president with her pets and everything. And yes, I hope you read the next book to see what happens after she or he is president. And I hope this encourages you to possibly be president one day if that's what you want. But I just want you to know that you can be president and you can do whatever you put your mind to. Just be disciplined, work hard, and go after what you're passionate about. Thank you.